Hello guys, join me. Let's make agidi a go. I don't even know which people call it a go. Anyway, we'll be using our white corn. It must be a white corn. Then pour water inside and wash very well because there are some tiny particles inside that needs to be taken out because you don't need that in your food. Then put inside the pot and boil. I think for this boiling part is to soften it a bit. I don't know, anybody can correct me in the comment section if there is another reason for it. After a while it was boiling, it doesn't need to be done, just bring it to a boil. And then this was the mistake that I made. I went and started using my blender. This should be my third time doing this and I have never used my blender for it. I don't know who sent me on an errand to go and do it, and I wouldn't say I regretted it per se because my blender did not really spoil, but I noticed it immediately and I switched it off and had to keep it for a bigger engine to grind it for me. So this was the product of after it was grinded, and I started processing it using my chiffon cloth. You can use your cheesecloth for this, any cloth that can remove water from whatever you are doing. You can use it, but preferably use your cheesecloth or your chiffon cloth. So I think for me this is more like the place where the work is, but if you are the type that normally process your pap single-handedly, I think this shouldn't be a problem. So you have to do this and continuously. Once you finish processing it, you will know because the color changes. When you put it to process, it's purely white. Then when you are through, it changes to a gold, I think golden, or you can call it yellow, but it's not really yellow per se, and it will be all over the place. I did this for a while because it was kind of much, and at a point I had to bring my stock pot down because my hands were hanging and it was paining me, so I had to bring it down to a lower level so that I can be balanced. On a normal day I would just sit down and do this. I don't really need all this stress and whatnot, but I would say this is a very good side hustle for someone that is looking for a business to start. There are not much people that are doing this anymore because of, I think, the stress, as they would say, but I think it's okay and it's a very good profit making business. So you set it aside and cover it and go about your daily activities. For me, I covered mine for about 8 hours because I went out and came back evening time, and not even evening time, this was in the night. You have to remove the water carefully so that it won't mix with the corn. So after doing this, you put it inside the pot. All this while I was mixing, it was not on the stove. That was why I have not gone to the gas, to place it on the stove. I had to stay on my table, kitchen table, to mix everything. When you are sure that you have stirred very well, then take it to the stove and stir continuously. Please don't leave the side. Don't leave your pot for even a second. You will stir and make sure it gets to this consistency. While stirring and it gets to this consistency, please start pouring your hot water, already boiled hot water. You can say I was doing it here. Make sure it's hot water, then use it and stir. It's more like you are making it to cook very well this time around because you're almost getting there. Then if it's not to the consistency that you want, pour another one, but please be very stingy with the water at this time. Don't go and start suffering yourself, making all your progress to be a waste. So after the stirring for a while, I used my cold water and tested if it was done. What I did was, you bring a plate of water, cold water, put a little quantity inside. If it doesn't scatter, I don't know the right word to use, but if it doesn't scatter, yes, or pour go everywhere, just it has done. I don't know the particular word to use, but this is how it was done. And guys, this is where my I don't know what to call it, nemesis abyss, I don't know the right word to use. This is where it started because this thing was very hot. Normally I use nylon or any plate, any rubber place, but I don't know who sent me to go and use pepper. Okay, I was trying to show you guys how to wrap it in these oma leaves, but it's kind of ended in disaster because it was very hot. I couldn't even do anything with it. I was able to wrap only 5, and I remember that I had a moi moi plate. I had to run and get my moi moi plate and started putting it inside, because one thing with this thing is, if you waste any more time, it will dry out, and once it dry out, it's like it start forming lumps all over the place, and you will kind of regret it because your efforts will be wasted. So guys, what are the health benefits of agidi that you've heard? I know that for nursing mothers, it helps a lot in their breastfeeding, and it also it has a high potassium content, making it a good meal for those having high pressure. There are so many health benefits to this thing. It also aid in weight loss. There are so many of them, and if you know any other one, if you're a medical practitioner and you know, please drop in the comment section for others to learn. So this was when I was putting it in my moi place, and guys, this is the end product. It was really nice doing this, and I really enjoyed it. What I had at the moment was bitter leaf soup, but I prefer this with akara. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.